Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and watch my other videos as well. So I just thought I'd take some time out just to do a bit more insight into me, I guess. So one of the main topics that always comes up with me and my friends when it comes to relationships and everything like that is basically before the relationship that I'm in now, I was actually single for 6 years, and everyone's like, so why was you single for that long? And this is the reason. Like for me, like even though I'm in a relationship now and obviously engaged, really happy, like I wasn't really a relationship person. Like especially the 6 years prior to meeting Luke. So I met Luke when I was 24, so I just turned 24. So 6 years prior to that, how old was I? 19? Why do I keep doing maths on here? So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 19, 18. Yeah, I was single at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 6 years. Oh God, flashbacks. Yeah, so I was single for 6 years prior. I think obviously one of the main reasons is it's not that I had a bad breakup with my first relationship. It was just that it's gonna sound so bad, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Like the first relationship wasn't that deep. Like, do you know when you look back and you think, oh my God, I was in love, like that was my first love? Like looking back in comparison to how I feel now, like I wouldn't say it was lust either. I was just saying it was like puppy love. It weren't the big shebang. It wasn't the real deal. Like at the time you think it's the real deal. So after that relationship ended, because it ended just as I started uni, which was actually a really good blessing because I was able to go out on the town single for the first time, and it was sick. Like I loved it a little bit too much, to be honest. But after that first breakup and that first heartbreak, what I thought was love, like I just didn't cope with it well. Like I just didn't cope with it well at all. Like, you know, when you have a breakup, you either like gain weight, you stay the same, or you lose weight. Like I was that chick that just lost a lot of weight, like rapidly. Like within 2 weeks, I think I lost about 2 stone, which obviously isn't healthy. But like at that time, I was just like wallowing in my own self-pity, and yeah, I just felt shit. But luckily I just started like a new adventure with uni. So the uni I went to was Coventry University, and I went there to do dance and theatre. So I got BA honours in dance and theatre. So yeah, I went to uni, and it was like my best distraction because it was so good, because he had never been to my uni. That was a completely separate life to him, and it was like my best source of moving on. And in those 6 years, I then realised, like, one, I didn't want to be in a relationship at uni because how bad I took it the first time, I can't be like sacrificing my degree for no man. For one, I don't know why my voice is going. Hold on. Sorry guys, it's date night tonight, so I've got a cheeky Absolute vodka with some lemonade, and I put some like frozen fruit in there. If you haven't tried it, mate, it's fucking banging. Yeah, so it was just, I was like, there's no point being in a relationship at uni. Like you should just have fun, go out. You don't want to be answering to anyone, like, because when I do want to get in a relationship, I want them to be obsessed with me. I want them to be like, I am the sun, the moon and the stars for them. And I couldn't be dealing with that through uni. And especially I started to realise what I wanted to do after uni. I wanted to go into dance. And I thought like that job could take me anywhere. And I don't want anyone to be like, Lauren, I don't want you to go, because hun, let me tell you, I'm going. So I didn't even want to have that conversation. So I thought to myself, at the ripe old age of 18, or ripe young age of 18, was like, I'm not actually going to be in a relationship. So uni was fun, like for the nights out and stuff like that. The work that I had to do for obviously my degree wasn't so fun, but the nights out was sick, and that just what suited me. Like some people are just relationship people. I've got friends that jump from relationship to relationship and that suits them well, but for me, I just can't. Don't they say that it takes you half of a relationship to get over the relationship that you've just finished with? Like I just couldn't. And it wasn't even the fact that I wasn't over my relationship, because I was snatched, I was slim, like I was living my best life, but I just didn't want that for me. Like I just didn't want it, and I didn't want to go through something similar to that at that time. So that's what I just did. I just stayed single. So obviously finished uni after 3 years, and then I wanted to do dance stuff. So I was applying for dance jobs, I was doing auditions. I then got some dance jobs. I got 2 dance jobs, but we'll save that for another video because I want to do a whole spiel on all of my jobs, the many jobs I've had. I've had 10, so there's definitely going to be some chats about that. So I'll leave that for another video. So I moved away to Paris to do dancing, came back, moved to Great Yarmouth to do dancing. Yeah, so I wanted to move around, and I don't think that would have suited me being in the relationship that I wanted to be in. And I definitely envisioned the relationship that I wanted. Like I definitely manifested it, I feel. Like I knew exactly what I wanted out of a guy. I knew what I didn't. I knew what I wasn't going to stand for, and I knew what I was. So I think that's one of the best things for when I finally got into the relationship that I got in. I knew exactly what I wanted. And I do find, like, when people get into relationship after relationship, or even just it's their first relationship, sometimes you actually don't know what you want out of that person. So when they do something wrong, if you didn't know what you wanted, or if they give you an energy that you don't want, it kind of takes you back by shock, and you feel like you're too far in it. But I feel like it didn't take me the whole 6 years to fine tune what I wanted, but it did take me a long time for me to know what I wanted in a person. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't a fucking nun for the 6 years, right? I definitely went on dates. And the main thing, like, I love a date. Like, I love dates because it feels like an interview. And I really enjoy interviews since I've had 10 jobs. So I really enjoy interviews. So it felt like an interview. You feel like you're getting to know someone new. And also you're getting a free meal. I don't know why people don't enjoy dates. Maybe on the man side, they may not enjoy dates because they're just forking out for chicks like me who's there for a free meal. But obviously some of them I fancied, that's why I went on the date. And yeah, you kind of start picking apart what you like in a guy, what you don't. So my list for a guy is like, they have to be taller than me in heels. Like we've discussed, I'm 5'10", so I just like them being taller than me in heels. I feel like I deserve someone that's taller than me. I don't feel like I'm asking for much personally, but here we go. So someone that's tall, obviously kind eyes, because you always should fall in love with someone's eyes, because their eyes will never change. So eyes, what else do I really like? Confident. I like someone quite rowdy as well, because I'm quite rowdy. So I want us to bounce off each other. I don't want someone to be like shushing me, or I don't want someone to be like so like introverted that they don't get my banter, because like I'm just so loud. Like I'm disgustingly loud actually, and I just like to vibe with someone, and if they're not vibing with me on the same level, then you know, fuck off, innit? I don't like really muscly people, in all fairness. Like, I like, because when someone's got like an absolute like rock hard body, like I just think that's a bit too much for me. Like I like a bit of squidge, so I can have a bit of squidge and we both be squidgy together. Yeah, and I just like someone just kind-hearted, really. Like, I just don't feel like I'm asking for much, but I could not find that over the 6 years. Nor did I want it at the beginning, but when I stopped doing my dance work, and I just started getting into normal jobs like recruitment and stuff like that, I then was like, oh, you know, I've got a bit of time for someone now, and that's when the dating began. And mate, dating was a hard old life. Like, I don't get why people lie so much on dates, or even before the date. Like, I went on Tinder, who fucking doesn't? Because how are we supposed to meet people in this day and age? I never wanted to meet someone at work because I truly believe you shouldn't shit where you eat. Like, obviously you hear some success stories where they're like, oh, we met at work and everything went well, but you hear the fucking shit stories where they met at work and it all went to shit. Like, that's not for me. I ain't got the time for that. Like, I just want to go to work, do my job and leave. I don't really want that, like, I'm going there and I'm meeting a guy and then he starts chatting with Lucy in cubicle 3. Like, why would I want that? Like, because I'm not even a jealous person, but someone could make me switch 100%, and I'm not even jealous. Like, I don't care. But if you're doing it in front of me, like, have some fucking respect. Do you know what I mean? So that's never been my vibe. It's never really been my vibe to date someone that's like, say, a friend of a friend, because you're putting that friend in an awkward position when it doesn't fucking work out. So I don't like stuff like that. Also, meeting a guy on a night out, like, we're all fucking drunk, sweating. Well, I'm not too sweaty, guys. Like, a little bit sweaty from the dance floor. Do you know what I mean? You go outside for a bit of fresh air. They're like talking in your ear because the music's so loud. Like, obviously it's like fun, but it's not really like, one, are they gonna even remember your name in the morning, and two, like, are they gonna text back? Like, yeah, it's not really my kind of vibe either. And then you're left with obviously Tinder and like Puff and what's around now, Bumble, I don't know, stuff like that. And obviously, like, first time I went on Tinder, I was like, Christ, they're all just after a bang and the rest of them are serial killers. Like, that's literally what I thought. And I was like, do you know what, Lauren, just put yourself out there. And I did. I was like, right, for a full year, I'm going to put myself out there. So this was the year before I met Luke. And I did. I went on dates. Some were good, some were fucking horrific. Oh God, I think that's another video, to be honest, about the many dates I've been on, because I do feel like I've been on a lot of dates. Yeah, some weren't too great, but like, since I enjoy an interview, I'll just keep it going, and then, you know, obviously it just doesn't work out. And then at the end of my year, I hadn't even met Luke yet, in all fairness, and then I was just over it. I was like, I'm going back into my cave. I'm over it, girls. Like, I can't be arsed anymore. And I just literally couldn't be bothered. So then when Luke, like, started messaging me, like, honestly, I was not in... I was a nightmare. I wasn't in the best, like, frame of mind. I literally just got made redundant from one of my jobs. So obviously I went in a happy spot. And like, when Luke was talking to me, I was just like, I'm over it. Because do you know the one thing I actually don't like about dating is that you have to tell your story to multiple people. Like, I'm bored. Like, I live with me 24/7. Like, I'm bored of fucking hearing myself saying, oh, I'm Lauren, I'm however old, I've got a degree in this, I do this for work at the time, because I've probably changed my job since the last guy I was speaking to. I've got a sister and a nephew. And like, do you know, all of this stuff, like telling them your life story. And I was just fucking over it. So when it came to Luke, which was kind of good, is when it came to Luke, I was over all the bullshit. I was over all the small talk. I fucking hate small talk as well. Like, I hate it. I was over the small talk. We both just lay it on the table and we was like, this is what I want. Can you offer it or not? And that's literally how it was on our first date, which may sound to everyone, fucking hell, you lot was a bit full on. And I'll get into that when I obviously bring Luke onto the channel. We'll do our full how we met, but I think it was just the best for us because I was over shit in my life. Oh, he's coming in. He was over shit in his life, and we just, you know, came together at the best part, and luckily we're together 4 years down the line. So yeah, some of the reasons for definitely being single for so long is that, one, I just wanted to concentrate on myself, because I think people do need to take time out and just concentrate on themselves. I think society tells us that we need to have our shit together by the time we're 30. Like, fuck me, like, no, like, when I was younger, 30 sounded so far away. It was like, I thought I was going to have a house. I thought I would have had 4 kids. I didn't think I was going to get married, in all fairness. That's one thing I didn't think. Like, I knew I was going to have kids, but I didn't know who, like, I couldn't imagine the person I was going to have kids with at the time when I was younger, but I knew I was going to have children. I never thought I was going to get married or anything like that. But anyway, I digress. My point is, like, we all thought, like, we needed to have it together when we're 30, because society tells us, like, we're basically dusty on the shelf by the time we're 30.
Wheezy? Is that you?
And that's not the case, like, and I just think people need to take time and just be on their own. And for the people that's not comfortable and being on their own, you, like, if you don't enjoy your own company, how are you expecting anyone else to? That's a real question. Like, so guys, let me know, like, how long have you been single for? Like, put it in the comments below. Like, do you prefer being single? Do you prefer being in a relationship? What's your preference? And yeah, that's why I was single for 6 years, because I just wanted to be with me. And also, I didn't want to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. I was only ever going to be in a relationship because I really wanted to be. And I think with my first relationship, since, when did I get into it? 16, 17, I felt like I had to, because I hadn't been in a relationship yet. Everyone else had. Everyone was losing their virginities. Like, everything was happening for everyone. And I even felt the pressure when I was younger. Like, oh my God, like, obviously I'm the weird one. Like, I need to be getting into a relationship now. And that's never the right reason to get into one. And I think when I waited the full 6 years, knew exactly what I wanted in a person, and when that person came along, like, there was no choice. Like, of course I want to be in a relationship now, but if Luke didn't come around then, I can guarantee you I'd still be single to this day, because unless I met someone that's what I really wanted, like, I just didn't see a point in committing to someone for the sake of committing to someone. But yeah, that's me. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, bish.
Real hot girl shit.